One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
What up? What up? What it do? Welcome to another episode of Let's Bet It. This is actually our 20th episode. So we made it to 20. Everybody that's been rocking with us these first 20 episodes, keep rocking with us, man. We got a nice show lined up today. We're gonna be talking about. We got 4 games today, 4 games tomorrow. This is literally like my favorite time of the year, and it's even better when your team is involved in the playoffs too. So happy to be watching playoff basketball today, and better, I'm happy that my Pacers are involved. If you guys have been following me on Twitter the last week or so, I've kind of stuck my nose into the international waters and betting on some international games, and I've went 13-5 straight up on international plays. So follow me on Twitter. I won't talk about the plays here on the show today, but I've got 11 plays that I've already played this morning. So check me out on Twitter. Same name, Dropping Dimes. GLB, my brother, how you doing?
I'm good. Definitely, I got some exciting games. My volume's decreased the last couple weeks. I've been a little bit less active, in Discord and everything. Got some life stuff going on. Work's getting busier, but this is that part, that time of the year where I start to focus more on MLB and I start to kind of find my rhythm. But man, MLB just killing me. But all in all, I joke and I say like, oh, I hate baseball and all that, but no, I really don't. It's fun and all that, and just slowly gonna continue to gain more data and see what I can do there. But until then, man, we got some good games here, and we got 2 months of basketball basically.
Yep.
Playoff. So yeah.
Stacks, my brother, how you doing, man?
I ain't bad. Baseball taking probably 15 years off my life.
Right.
But
that game.
I'm so glad there's 4 games of NBA. Give me a little bit less action than basketball. I need to baseball. I need to let baseball like accumulate some data and shit. I'm not getting killed, but it's just like I was on the Cubs yesterday, and I was heavy on the Cubs. Like they was up 7-1, then I started texting y'all, and they was down like 11-7. Like then they was up 13-11.
Like, crazy.
I know that wind was howling. It had to have been howling out of Wrigley Field because it was windy as hell here today. You know what I'm saying? Or yesterday.
Only thing with that
is screaming.
It was like 2-1 or 2-2. It was low scoring as hell. Like in the early first 5 innings. Like I didn't understand it. And then the Cubs jumped out and the Diamondbacks hit a grand slam, and I love baseball. It'll all work out. I love today. Like I get to stay on the couch all day, get to talk about these Bucks and Pacers, start our show off. Kind of looking forward to it.
I got to get back to a rhythm too. I think I fell off my rhythm a little bit. You know what I mean? And now we got NHL playoffs too. So I'm with you, Stacks, where just let a couple more games go by, get some data. Because baseball just, man, that's why I said it's cruel, right? It's so cruel.
It is.
It's so really cruel, is. But
it really is.
Once I find a couple markets, I want to start posting some systems again with that. But man,
one thing about baseball is anyone who knows me, and I know y'all do, I chase props and plus money. So if you're hitting plus money, it kind of balances out.
Yeah.
It's just a 3-hour baseball game. There's a whole lot of variance, like that Cubs game.
Especially when all those people scored, but neither of the homers that you and I had picked hit.
I was going to say that me and you talked, like, there's 24 runs scored. I had 2 people for RBI, and none of them got an RBI.
Wild.
I had Josh Naylor for RBI. He had 2 hits.
Yep.
Nasty work. But we got 8 games to get to. I've got some on a few today, and and some on a few tomorrow. So let's get into it. Got a couple comments. Prolific, thanks for checking in, bro. Joe, always good to have you here in the chat. We got to get you back on the show, man.
Yeah, shout out.
Let's get into the first game. The Bucks at the Pacers, game 1 of the Eastern Conference first round. Pacers opened up as 4.5-point favorites. They have moved to 6. Total sits at 224.5. Really, the big news in this series, and I really thought with the diagnosis of the blood clot that Lillard had, that he would be out for the season, just like Wemby, same exact issue, and I thought he'd be out for the rest of the season. But just a few days, or was that yesterday? A few days ago, Shams broke the news that he's been taken off the blood thinners and has been cleared to resume to basketball activity, which I've been saying this since, we found out, since the matchups were revealed and we all found out who was playing who. I like the Pacers in 6 without Dame, and I like them in 5 with them. And the reason I say that is because, great, Dame is coming back, right? They're saying game 2. If I'm thinking logically, I'm thinking game 3, because that'll give him a week to kind of ramp up his activity as opposed to 2 days. But he hasn't played since March 20th, so he's been out a month. So he's going to have to come back and get himself in game shape to play ball. And on top of that, he's 33 or 34 years old. And he's already a cone on defense. And I just feel like, not that the Bucks are better, but I think the Pacers are just will be able to exploit him more on the defensive end. That makes up for the offensive end. But I said it. I mean, I still like the Pacers at 6, but I just feel like this is a horrible matchup for Dame. And I took the Pacers. Me and Stacks got a nice little Stacks is my bookie for this one. And he's taking the Bucks +5. I'm taking the Pacers -5. This is our personal bet. We didn't put it in with the books. This is us going head to head. So he gave me the bet without juice. So I can't wait for this first one, man. Stacks, man, what you think about this? Well, I know what you think about it, but what's your angle on this one, bro?
I actually felt like this is a good time for us to do. We ain't did a show in a little bit. I felt like with the Bucks and the Pacers, you being a Pacer fan, why not do an early morning show? And to be transparent, I do have a Bucks +165 to win the series. I made that bet. I don't know. I told y'all about it maybe a week ago, maybe a few days. I don't know. All my days go together. But as far as the series, I made that bet expecting no Dame. I don't know how I feel about the Bucks winning the series, not Dame. I feel like Dame gonna come back and messed up the little chemistry. So what I'm looking to do is try to buy out of it with a profit after the Bucks win game 1. I feel like I already got it with you. I got +5. I do have it on the books. I'm not making it official just because we're head to head. And I feel like with what we have on it, I don't need to make it official. I'll tell you my bet. I feel like the Pacers, time in and time out, come out and start off slow. They come on, they want to play from behind. You better not do this with this Bucks. I feel like Giannis, I do have I'll get to that in a second. That's my official bet. But I feel like the Bucks is gonna come out here and throw game 1 and throw the first punch. I truly believe that. I think they win this game. I feel like the +5 is a gift. I feel like the first half is a gift. And if the Bucks don't win this game, I feel like it's gonna be another Hercules effort to come back, and then the Pacers win by maybe a possession. But 5 with a team that continues to come out slow, with everything, the way the Bucks and the Pacers, the way they feel about each other, I feel like Giannis has to come out here and say, and I know he don't have no help, but I feel like I'm gonna just put my faith in Giannis to come out here and throw the first punch, and I'm very confident in that.
And the points you make are valid, man. I mean, the Pacers have been, they've had to come back a lot. They start slow, and to be honest, man, I mean, really, nobody has an answer for Giannis, right? But I mean, this dude, we really don't have an answer for his ass. He done scored 64 points on us. He done threw a 50 ball. He done threw a 60, a 50, a 40, 30 ball. Like, he done threw all the balls, no homo, at us. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing. So,
and then he wanted the basketball back.
That was the dumbest shit ever. But the fact that Giannis didn't play in that playoff series at all last year kind of like is like, this motherfucker might be out for some blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I understand your cap, like, for real. Like, but I think if the Pacers come out and take this serious from the jump, I could see a double-digit boy in game one at least.
Double-digit.
It's all about how they start. It's all about how they start.
You said double digits?
If they start good, yeah, double digits. If they start good, yep.
Before we move on,
GLB,
before we go to GLB, I want to get my official play before we get to GLB. That way, after him, we could go to the next one after he said we got to say. My official bet, and I posted on Twitter, I got Giannis 35 plus points, plus 128. I feel like he does this every time against the Pacers. I feel like it's personal. I feel like he's sitting here probably going crazy right now. Like, you done jumped on my brothers. Y'all know how he is. Y'all know the J Money voice. I can't mark Giannis, but y'all done jumped on my brothers when I wasn't here. Wait till we see you next year.
See if you could ladder it to 50, it would surprise me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, This is like a Giannis go crazy spot today. Like, and my thing is, if I lose the bet and Giannis get 35, it's worth it because it's plus 128, and I hit it for 2 units. So.
And also, my official bet for 2 bets for these game or for this game is Pacers -5, and I'm taking the over. GLB, I wanted to ask you as far as if there's any data, because I know, like, these opening games of playoffs, you expect defense, right? But it always seems like when a series opens up, it starts over and then it just trends under the rest of the series as teams make adjustments. So I don't know if there's, like a system for that, GLB, as far as like game ones and overs.
I'm trying to figure out the game one part. I think I might have it down here. But I was just looking in general at round one of the playoffs. Pacers are 4-2 since April of last year. 4-2 to the over. I mean, actually, and 4-2 straight up. But I was kind of looking the background here at Pacers team total over. I don't know what the number is, but I told you guys before the show, I don't have a ton of action in today. Actually, I didn't have any bets in today until about 5 minutes ago when I found something I liked. And that is Pascal Siakam over 3.5 assists. It's plus money. I just got plus 138. I don't understand though. Head-to-head in the playoffs last year against the Bucks, Pascal averaged 4.2 assists. Even this year, obviously not in the playoffs, this year in the regular season, he's been kind of hit or miss a little bit, but I think this is a spot for him today where he can get 4. And you know what I noticed too, real quick? It's the line's 2.5. At Pinnacle, minus 183 to the over. I'm all set. I'll take a risk here and think that Pascal will get 4 assists. And if I had to pick a side, I think I'm going to go Pacers. Minus the whatever it is, 5 or 6. That's mainly.
Real quick. My fault, GLB. Apologies. I don't know if you seen the chat, but Joe said they could join now. He home. I don't know if you could do that, or I just want to make sure you've seen it because he had said it in the chat.
Hold on, let me click on the comments. I hadn't clicked on them. Oh, okay, I just saw it.
Yeah, he might have some insight. He might have a couple of bets. Matter of fact, I know he got a couple of bets on this.
Pop in, Joe. If somebody can get him the link, I don't know how I would get it to him.
Yeah, I'll send him the link right now. But
okay.
yeah, I think think I'd have to go Pacers for this one, but also I'm
You
playoffs.
said Pacers too?
Yeah, but don't take everything I say with a grain of salt when it comes to playoffs, because I'm not as comfortable in the playoffs as you guys are. This is only my second. Actually, this is really only my first serious year betting NBA playoffs. But just from like the data perspective, I think I would go with the Pacers, but I'd rather chase some plus money with Siakam.
I like that. Siakam assist too, because he's gonna have Giannis on him a majority of the time. So probably gonna be a lot of pass outs for him.
And what was
Might
it?
even-
Over 3.5?
Yeah, it's plus money everywhere.
So 4+.
Yep. All right, let's hit this. Let's hit this next one. We spent quite a bit of time on that one. Clippers and the Nuggets. Nuggets open game one is 2.5-point favorites. The total sits at 223. I haven't made the play yet, but I will be making it because I've already made 11 international plays. It makes me cringe, but those are gonna hit. I promise.
By the way, I sent it to Joe, so just keep an eye out if you see him.
Okay, oh, there he goes. Let me add Joe in here.
What's up, guys?
Okay.
Yo,
What's happening? But yeah,
Yo,
I
what
took
up?
I took the Clippers Nuggets over 223.5. I just feel like game one, it's gonna be quite a few overs for me, either leans or official plays for me. I just feel like a lot of these games, just the opening game is gonna go over the total and then trend under the rest of the way. So that's a play that I will be making when we get off the show was Clippers Nuggets over 223.5. Joe, my brother, how you doing? What you got? Do you have anything on this one?
Yeah, I have the Clippers money line. So this is a system I've wrote a lot this year. It's the Nuggets between the threes. So the Nuggets between the threes are 6-13-1 ATS. And if you go back to 2020 even, that's 37-69-1 ATS. So, I love those trends that, I bring up single season, but, when they stretch back a year, 2 years back, like, that's just even more reassurance that that's reliable. And, we've all talked about how the Clippers have been much better with Kawhi and Norman Powell. I do worry a little that, they're not as good on the road, but, this is something that I ride a lot and, getting a good plus price with it.
hell yeah.
Good shit. Stacks, what you got anything on this one, bro?
Yeah, dude, that's funny. That's real funny. we correlate. This is my second official play, but I got slightly worse. I got Nuggets over 224, and that'll be my second official play. I got that, and I'm glad we brought Joe on because I haven't bet it yet, but I do have Clippers. I got them at plus 110 when I bet it to win the series, and I actually told Jose, and y'all know who he is. But now I realize the Clippers are favored to win this series. At least on Bet Rivers they are. So that made me come to, I'm close to making another bet of Nuggets win game one, Clippers win the series. Probably get a nice odds. I feel like, by no means do I feel like the Nuggets win the series, but I feel like up until Joe gave his trends, I feel like Nuggets gonna come out here and throw the first punch, like MVP Joker. I feel like he's gonna go crazy. I'm gonna get to his points somehow to get plus money. But I feel like you got to win this first game, and another thing that made me really like it. How was it that y'all is seeing the Clippers are favored now to win the series, right?
Yep.
So you got a road team that's favored to win the series, but Denver's home for games 1 and 2. So that also made me like the Nuggets game one. I haven't moved on it yet, but I'm close.
And usually, man, what I've seen with these playoff series over the years is when the quote unquote underdog, if there's a game that they're gonna, if there's a road game that they're gonna take, it's gonna be game one. They throwing not even throwing the kitchen sink, but you get max effort game
If
one.
that's,
So,
if that's the case, your Pacers lose today.
no, they're not.
That's what you just said.
I said typically. It doesn't happen all the time, but you get the underdog's best effort game one. So, and especially with a line this close, you know what I mean? So,
Well, the Nuggets is favored in the game. They're just
Right.
underdogs in the series.
which is weird. So they're expecting.
And it's switched because the Clippers, I promise you, I got the Clippers in my pocket plus 110. And I don't know what happened. What made it switch to the Clippers being the favorite as far as the series? Do y'all see the other books, or is it just Bet Rivers?
I think
It's almost everywhere now, I think.
Oh, okay.
I
Do y'all
think
know why that happened?
I think it boils down to coaching too. You know, obviously the Nuggets fired their coach like 5 hours before the playoffs started. So I mean, not that they're starting, you know, brand new, but they are starting with a new coach. And you got Lou over there with the Clippers that has been here, you know, before. So I could see why the Nuggets or the Clippers would be favored in this series, just strictly off the coaching aspect of it.
And to go to your point, a slight pushback. I heard the same exact thing twice. But my thing is the Clippers was underdogs for the series, and the coach was already gone. So the odds makers knew that because the coach was gone when they came out with the odds for the Clippers and Nuggets series. So it can't be. Are the Sharps like backing the truck up and taking the Clippers? Like, I don't understand what's going on.
I mean, I've noticed this the last 2 years. I think the Bucks are not nearly as sharp with like their opening series prices than they are like with these actual games. Like we see, like I noticed with the Lakers Timberwolves series, like there is such a big discrepancy amongst books. Like you're able to get arbitrage with the Lakers and Timberwolves, like with FanDuel and Caesars, which are two like, you know, major sports books. And I just think like, you know, people find these like major price discrepancies early on and they attack it. And now we're seeing like, you know, a more justifiable line for the series.
Yep.
That's still a heavy move, though. That's a heavy move.
Agreed. GLB, did you have anything on this one, bro?
No. I have Clippers to go far, so, and you know, if I had to, I'd take Clippers. But part of me just wants to last minute take Joker rebounds over. But as I was just looking, I don't think that's anything I can, you know, endorse right now. But I'm always trying to take Joker rebounds.
I like his points. First game at home, MVP Joker. Like, you gotta come out here and throw the first punch.
Yeah,
I do think he deserves MVP over SGA. I'm sorry.
And I'm an SGA fan, but
that's another conversation. He deserves MVP. I'm sorry. Let's hit the next one. Game one, Detroit at New York. Knicks are 7-point favorites at home for game one. The total sits at 220.5. The Pistons, man, I mean, they were the worst team in the NBA by a mile last year. I think they were 17-65, and they went out, made some moves to get some vets. They got a new coach with Bernie Bickerstaff, and they're right back in the playoffs, man. And there's certain teams that you want in the playoffs. Detroit is one of them. New York, want your Chicago in the Eastern Conference anyway. Chicago, Boston, and so Detroit has been a minute, but it's good to have them back in the postseason playing the Knicks, who obviously have been playing well all year. For game one, I don't have a ton, but for this series, man, I think this one could go the distance potentially. I know this is the Pistons, as far as a group, their first playoff run together. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this series does. But I think it goes the distance. GLB, you got any thoughts on game one or the series?
I'm just looking right now. I might take Jalen Duren over 11.5 points. I'm going to look into this a little bit more while you guys talk here. But as far as the side, no, this is just going to be a fun one to watch. But as I'm kind of looking here, I think I might have something on Jalen. So I'll report back here in like a minute or so, but it's going to be a prop for me.
Okay. All right. Stacks, my brother, what you got on this one?
My third official, I got Jalen Brunson over 26. Over 26 and over, Jalen Brunson over 26.5 points, minus 115 when I bet it yesterday. And that's official. And as far as like the side and the total and the series, I actually disagree with you. It's gonna be on my card. I'm gonna bet Knicks minus 1.5 in the series. I feel like this is David versus Goliath. It's Detroit Pistons. I feel like they got a cute story. Last year, what they lose, like 20 something in a row, 20 straight, 35 straight. What was it? Something?
It was
astronomical. Yeah, some outrageous numbers. So I feel like, and Detroit beat them like 3 out of 4 this year or 4 out of 5. Like they own them this year. I feel like playoffs, first game, Madison Square Garden. I feel like you can lay the points. I feel like this game's going to go under only because I feel like it's going to be a massacre, like a 16-point game. Like, I'm going to be honest, I just haven't. I'm in a little slight discomfort. So I've had a rough morning. I haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm going to. 100% Knicks minus 1.5 in the series. It's going to be on my card as long as the odds ain't. I might go up to -2 if I can get a two flat. I see the Pistons maybe getting 1, maybe.
I can see that. I mean, it's
Hey.
they especially given what happened last year, because I think they said it was. I know it was the record. I know it was more than 25 games in a row that they lost.
Yeah, it was something
It was
like. It's a cute story. They balled. They got in the playoffs. Okay, you did your job. But when you put the two teams beside each other, I feel like it's just a mismatch. I feel like Brunson a little crazy. You got Cat down here, Cat in the playoffs. Like,
I think defensively, man, is where I can't really endorse the Knicks. They were supposed to be much better defensively, I guess, this year, and they're just not. I mean, when you got, because Brunson is a cone and so is Town, and I mean those are your two most important positions, and I feel like Cade and Duren are gonna keep this series. So that's why I think it's gonna go the distance, just because I don't trust the Knicks defensively. Now, and offensively, the Knicks are better by a mile, I feel like, but I mean, just like Ski always says in his on his pods, if you can't play defense, I can't trust you to cover. And I feel like that's where the Pistons are going to come in. I think they cover today, personally. And it would not surprise me if they won outright. It wouldn't. I'm not saying that's not a lean for me. It just wouldn't surprise me. But I do think they cover today. Joe, you got anything on this one, bro?
Yeah, I don't have anything on this game, but I have the Knicks minus 1.5. I got minus 140 for the series. So, their starters haven't missed too many games, but the Knicks, there's been a clear discrepancy when, their starters are all healthy versus when they're not and how they've been. So I checked Killer Sports. So when all 5 of their starting 5 are playing, they were 31-17 straight up, plus 6.4. And then also, if you just do their starting 5, but they aren't unrested, 27-13 straight up, plus 7.5. So, two things that I look for a lot in the playoffs are, is there a clear discrepancy when like a team does bad unrested versus rested? Because, you're never going to be unrested in the playoffs. And the Knicks were 3-12 against the spread without rest this year. Which, it helps. It's not like an end-all be-all, but, that's 15 games out of 82 of a sample. And then another thing that I love is, I look for how teams do versus, off a win versus off a loss. Because, if you're consistently performing off a loss, but not off a win, that shows that you're not really giving max effort in the regular season. But, now it's the playoffs, they're going to turn up for every game. And the Knicks versus the spread, they covered by an average of 2.5 when they were off a loss. And off a win, they missed cover by an average of 2.5. So, that shows, you combine that with, how they did unrested, plus, the difference between, when their guys are healthy. I think they're really undervalued here. And then, they're also better as favorites than, as dogs. I think, they're not going to be bet on in rounds 2 and 3, but here's a good spot. And then one last thing I found. So when they get to Detroit for games 3 and 4, the spread's probably going to be somewhere between the threes. Maybe Detroit opens a favorite if they're down 2-0. But the Pistons at home this year between the threes, 4 and 8 ATS, and the Knicks on the road between the threes, 7 and 3 ATS. So I think maybe Detroit takes a game, but I think the Knicks aren't going to have trouble in the series.
Good info, bro. Good info. GLB, I want to circle back around to you. What did you find anything? Were you able to come to the Duren play?
Yep. Jalen Duren double. I got plus 115 at FanDuel. It's just open minus 103 at Pinnacle. Plus 100 DK. But around 115 should be available at books that you guys have that I don't. But I'm going to just hope he gets 10 rebounds, 10 points. That's it. Just hope for the, you know what I mean? Maybe he'll squeak by 11 rebounds, 12 rebounds. But at plus 115, yeah, I'll take a shot there. And these aren't like big plays for me. Again, still trying to get a feel for the playoffs and all that. But
yeah, I like that double-double.
Yeah,
I like that double-double. Let's hit the next one. So the last one for today, for Saturday, Timberwolves and Lakers. Lakers are 4-point favorites at home. Total sits at 216, or at least it was. I don't know if it's moved now since I did the graphic, but this is going to be an interesting series, man. I don't have any plays on game 1. I don't really have thoughts for the series, man. I just really want to watch this one. I mean, this is going to be a get your popcorn series, I feel like. Stacks, you got anything on this one, bro? Game 1 series?
Yeah, I do. I'm on the I got plus 4.5 with the Timberwolves. And once we're done with the show and I could dig more into it, see what kind of odds I'm looking for. I'm going to be on the Timberwolves for the series. Not to win it. I'm not money lining them, but if I could get like a game, maybe. If I could get 2 for nice odds, I'm going to be on it. But I feel like, and I feel like the Lakers game 1 should duck. It's the same thing you've been saying. But respectfully, you're being biased because you're a Pacers fan. So I say that to say the road team, the dog team, the same thing you just said. I feel like Ant Edwards gonna come out or he's gonna come out here and throw the first punch. Whether he wins or not, I think they're gonna win. But I do have, it's official. I got the Timberwolves plus 4.5 minus 117, and that's also official. I just felt like everything I hear is it's a bad matchup for the Timberwolves for the Lakers, and I don't understand how it's a bad matchup. I do lean towards the over. The only thing keeping me off the over on this, I think it came down too low. The only thing keeping me off the over is literally every single game they played this year went under. So it keeps me, but they didn't have Luka on all those matchups either. Yeah, but I just feel like with the Luka and the Ant thing, because you can't look at it like the Timberwolves and Lakers, you got to look at it like the Mavericks and the Timberwolves. This is Luka versus Ant all over again. Braun's there, but I just think it's not going to surprise me to see the Wolves win this series. I'm confident in the Wolves game 1, and that's what I got. I'm going to be on Ant somehow, plus money. Like y'all, Joe, well, I ain't been in Discord, so you might not know her if you listen to the show, but I love chasing plus money, so I'll be on Ant somehow, some way. I'll put my trust in him.
I like that. The whole Luka trade, man. I feel like until next year, he's a Dallas Maverick in his mind, low-key. And I think that lasts throughout, the rest of the season because that trade was so it came out of nowhere. I mean, Luka said he was in the bed when he found out. So
I'm seeing reports now he threw his cell phone against the wall when he found out.
They got the phone. He tore it up.
All types of temper tantrums. Like, you a grown ass, fat ass. Never mind. Go ahead.
You wouldn't be pissed off if man. I'm
Hell no, I'm a millionaire. I don't care who I play for. I'm a millionaire.
Come on,
million.
He loved Dallas. He wanted to be there his whole career. He invested in there. I'd have threw the phone too. As a matter of fact, I'd have found whatever.
But you're moving to LA, you're gonna be boy there. Braun's gone. Little Bronny suck. You're gonna be Luka the Don. Like, you're gonna be boy in LA.
He was pissed. He was only gonna make $40 million a year instead of $60 million.
Oh yeah, he lost his super max eligibility too. But I really just think he wanted to be in Dallas long term, and I think that was his whole goal, was to play 20 seasons there. So yeah, I'd have broke.
And he should have started doing crunches or something then. Like, he's fat as fuck.
God damn it, Stacks.
I'm saying, am I wrong?
What you got on this one, y'all?
This is a tough series for me. I haven't bet anything. I'll agree with Stacks in that, if you're going to back the Timberwolves in some way, you back them here as road dogs. They've done well in that role this year. The thing that's tough with me with the Lakers is, their season-long stats don't really show them as like an elite team. Their margin of victory is, I think, plus 1.2, which isn't great. But, the thing that's made the Lakers so good this year is, they just find ways to win close games. They're 15-4 against the spread when the line's between the threes. And, I think that's just a testament. JJ Redick's a really smart guy. With LeBron, they're really good at these late game situations, and they just find, ways to win these close games. So that's why I think they're going to win the series, but I don't really feel good about it. So I'm passing.
Yep, I'm with you, man. This is probably one I'll just watch unless, throughout the series I get a good. I'm mostly, playing totals and size. So unless something jumps out to me, man, this will probably be a series I just kind of watch and just, maybe play a little later. GLB, what you got on this one, bro?
I hate that. I love this play. I don't love this play. But I hate that this play is sticking out to me, and you guys are going to laugh, especially Stacks, once I say what it is.
Not McDaniel.
Yes, sir. Jaden McDaniels over 5.5 rebounds at plus money, 10 out of 10. He's hit this 10 out of his last 10 games this season against teams that rank in the top 10 at defending the rebound. But we're laughing because this Jaden McDaniels and Kyle Filipowski have contributed, to the stress levels that I have for NBA. But because they always just barely get there and then they don't. Or Jaden McDaniels is going to have 8 rebounds or he's going to have 2. But
he wanted 2.
Probably going to have 2, yeah. Every time I play, this is crazy. But the data looks good, at least for the regular season. I know it's a whole different beast, right?
And he going to have those 2 in the first quarter and give you false hope.
Yes, that's who he is. But no, if I was gonna look for something to be plus money, over 5.5 rebounds, because 4.5 is juiced to all hell. So, but yeah, try to
y'all should cash because I'm 100% not playing that.
Yeah, I know.
So y'all should cash that because I want to say it was the last show that we did. I used a free bet on his under rebounds just to see, does he spike me? And once again, he went under. It's like every time I bet him, he go under. Every single time. I think I won one bet with him.
And watch him go out and get 30 rebounds tonight.
Tonight he'll have 13.
Yeah. All right, let's hit the Sunday slate. So Sunday, man, out of the 4 games, there are 3. Sunday is the 1-8 and 2-7 matchup. So we've got 3 out of the 4 games that are that's got double-digit spreads, and this is one of them. Grizzlies at Thunder. Thunder best record. I don't know if it was in the NBA or not. I don't know if it was them or Cleveland. Can't remember. But number 1 seed in the West. They come in 13.5-point favorites. Total sits at 226.5. The Grizzlies, got in by the skin of their teeth, winning that play-in game last night against Dallas. So they come in here. Ja Morant is compromised with a ankle injury. For me, man, this is just shaping up to be. I think the Thunder blow these boys out at home first game. I'm going to play Grizzlies team total under 107.5. I just think the Thunder come out with that defense. I mean, and with the playoffs, every game is going to be on national TV, right? But I keep saying, I've been saying all year, when the Thunder on national TV, they turn the hell up, especially on the defensive end. So, game 1 at home, the crowd's going to be crazy. Memphis is coming off of, they got the rest disadvantage the whole 9. I'm going to be definitely on Memphis team total under 107.5. GOB, you got any thoughts on this one, bro?
I'm looking at Jalen Williams, kind of everything. Maybe PRA, or maybe rebounds. If I had to pick one, I think I'm going to go Jalen Williams over 4.5 rebounds. -1. Oh, Bet365 has -115 over 4.5. I don't have that book, but it's going to be rebounds or assists. I don't have anything in tomorrow yet. Still going to look throughout the day, but based on what I'm seeing now, just kind of, like you said, they're probably going to blow out the Grizzlies. I like his points. I like everything Jalen Williams, but if I had to pick one, I think I might go rebounds. But yeah, I think rebounds are talking to me, so that's what I'll go with.
Okay, Jalen Williams over rebounds. Stacks, you got anything on this one, bro?
Yeah, I do. I got I moved on it yesterday sometime. I got OKC -11.5. It's gonna be official. Got it -112 last night sometime. And I'm gonna be on the I probably missed my number, but I'm gonna look at the OKC team total over. Kind of about what you said. I feel like the first game of the playoffs, and you could definitely say it's TV. I mean, like you said, playoffs TV, but SGA gonna go crazy. The first game at home, Memphis in a bad spot. They might get a game if they're lucky, but this first game, that's gonna be a massacre. I'll be on. I'm already on 11.5, and I'll be on the team total, or maybe I'll lower the team total down and do a little SGP with Shaq.
Okay.
Because now you don't have to worry about. You don't got to worry about blowout as far as props overs. You don't got to worry about blowout factor, because by the time, if it's a blowout, by the time they pull the starters, you're gonna catch it over prop.
Yeah, this could potentially be a 3-quarter game, but
Yeah,
I mean, but also like to the point that we made earlier. I mean, game 1, these teams they come out hard. They come out hard. So I don't know, man. I just think the Grizzlies are in a bad
I don't
spot.
know if that applies to Grizzlies and OKC.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think that applies.
I don't think so either, man. Especially with Ja being hurt the way he is. I mean, I think if it had been a regular season game, he'd have been out. He was a true game time decision yesterday. So if he's compromised in any way, man, this could get bad really quick.
Well, didn't they say they shooting him up with shit?
I think that was Jaylen Brown. Maybe.
I thought I heard about Ja yesterday.
Maybe you did. I know Jaylen Brown got some ankle injections last week or something like that, but it could have been Ja. He, like I said, he was really hurt yesterday. So
Yeah, that's not manipulation. He hurt.
yeah, he hurt. Yeah. Joe, man, you got anything on this one, bro?
Yeah, I laid the 12.5 with OKC this morning. I knew that I wanted to fade Memphis, for a couple weeks in the playoffs. Memphis is one of these teams that they're 13-7-1 against the spread as dogs this year, but this has been, a pattern for them in years past that, they just underperform against competition. And I also got some other good stuff. So I know some of you guys know Tomorrow from Ski's chat. He sent in game 1 of round 1, home favorites laying at least 11 or 17-5 against the spread. And then I also had in my notes, I did these like a couple games before the playoffs started, so the numbers might be a little different for this now. But I had Memphis went 4-8 against the spread versus teams top 5 in points in the paint allowed. OKC is number 1 in points allowed in the paint, and Memphis is second in points scored in the paint. So that makes total sense for me. I think OKC just blows them out.
Yeah, I think we all kind of align on this one, man. The Grizzlies just in a bad spot, and this is another team with a relatively new coach too. So, yeah, man, it's thunder and nothing for me. I've got the Grizzlies team total under.
By the way, Stacks, I know you mentioned maybe the OKC team total over. I considered that. I just went with OKC spread, but I found too the Grizzlies as away dogs this year were 18-4 to the over, so that definitely supports that.
You said 18-4?
18-4 over under when the Grizzlies are away dogs.
Damn.
Yeah, because what I like to do is once I have action, I like to find other action, either get plus money or start throwing two legs away.
Is that team total or is that the full game over, Joe?
That's just the full game over, but they're 10-11-1 against the spread, negative margin. So, that says, if you're not covering the spread barely, but you're going over, that means, OKC team total over has got to have a good record too in that situation.
I might change my mind on that team total under for the Grizzlies then.
Well, the only thing I kind of agree with you because when I first started capping this game, I was leaning towards the over in this game. And now that's why I wrote it down when he said that. The only thing that got me off the over was, if this is a massacre, what exactly is the Grizzlies going to, like, OKC play defense? So what are they going to score? And it might not go over because it might be a massacre.
I mean, I think the total's been bet down by now. I think it opened up pretty higher. So
I got to see what it opened up at, because just like the Timberwolves, that number come down a lot. And I just think the Timberwolves over and under went down too much. So if I could see with this game, do you know what it opened up at, Joe?
Wait, no, I was wrong. It opened 226.5. So.
Oh, so it stays still then.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might reconsider. I got the Grizzlies team, so I don't know. I'm gonna do some more digging on this game. We still got a day.
I guess it all depends on what type of dude. We're gonna find out what type of dude Ja is, because you're the leader of the team. So you heard or not, like, it's playoff time. Like, so my thing is about the over and under, not about the spread, but about the over and under. Ja might keep trying, which might affect your team total under.
Yeah,
that's all. I'm
gonna do some more digging on this one, but I'm gonna have a play on this one way or the other. Let's hit this. Let's hit this next one. Magic at Celtics. Another large spread. Celtics 13.5 point favorites. Total sits at 206. Magic got in through the play-in. They beat Atlanta. They beat Atlanta a few days ago. Jaylen Brown is dealing with a real injury. He's dealing with a real injury. I believe it's an ankle injury. And for that reason, in this game, I'm going to take, and this is a crazy one, I'm going to take Sam Hauser over 4.5 points. You can get that on BetMGM, over 4.5 minus 120. I feel like with Brown being compromised a little bit, they may not push him as hard against this team. They should win this series. It could be a sweep. I got them maybe in 5. So this might be a series where you may not see as much Jaylen Brown because they're trying to keep him, trying to rehab him from that ankle injury that he's had injections for. So Sam Hauser over 4.5 points is the look that I like on this one. GOB, you got anything on this one, bro?
No, this game's going to be a pass for me, but if I had to, I'd look at Franz rebounds, but there's a lot of juice to over, I think it was 5.5. I'm not sure if we can get an over 6.5 anywhere if that's available, but Franz rebounds or Franz points would be what I look at. But I'm gonna lay low in this game and pass.
Got you. I think we lost Joe. Stacks. You got anything on this one, bro?
Yeah, this is the only one I don't have nothing yet as of yet, but I want to get to the series, and I want to get to the series of 4-1 type shit. Like, I think Orlando gets 1, but I'm gonna need plus money to say that Orlando's gonna get 1. Because I can see a sweep, but maybe back in Orlando, maybe game 3 when they're down 3-1. But with or without Jay, I feel like people tell me all the time when I use this as far as my breakdown, they think I'm crazy, and I could be. But I feel like the Celtics are saying, like, look, we can beat the Magic without JB. Like, come on, man, cut it out. Like, we can beat these boys.
Exactly.
We ain't talking about covering spreads. We're talking about we can beat these boys 4 times without JB. So let him chill. And if you're wrong, and let's just say it's 2-2, all right, then JB, you gotta come on. We was wrong. We can't beat these boys without you. But I feel like they're saying, like, Tatum saying, like, man, I got this. Because if you play a wobble JB now, you're gonna need him next round.
Yeah.
So
Yep, against a much tougher opponent, which could potentially be New York, if things go the way they should. So
that's why I would not bet.
That's why I'm all over the Hauser points, is just because I think they're going to limit JB a little bit. And
or look at Tatum props. I might dig into Tatum props when I get off here. The only thing is double-digit spread. I'm gonna need the Magic to be competitive but I need to know if Brown's gonna be in or out before I bet Tatum props.
Well, I think he's gonna be in. He's just not going. I don't think they gonna push him like that. I think he plays. I just don't think he
go up 20 and then tell him to sit down. What you think? They're gonna play him like, all right, y'all go up 20 and then go tell JB to sit down?
Yeah. Which is why I also kind of maybe lean Celtics first half too. They might just want to. I mean, they're known for doing that, especially at home in the playoffs, is racing out to a big lead in the first half. I don't know what the number is, but
that's a good point with that first half, because maybe that's what they said. Like, let's go out here and drill these boys. And that way JB don't even gotta come out to say, because you're not gonna be able to keep playing them. Yeah. Like, it's a long way to the championship.
2 months. 2 months.
That's what I'm saying. So if he's starting the first series hobbled, you got to sit him down.
Yeah.
Until you need him, until your back's against the wall.
Agreed. Let's hit the next one. Heat and Cavs. Heat coming in. They came into the play-in as the 10th seed, and they beat Atlanta on Friday. Not on Friday. Yeah, on Friday. They beat Atlanta yesterday, and then they beat who the hell did they beat the other day? That's why these playing games piss me off, because
the Heat?
Who did they play?
The Bulls.
Yeah. Bulls, yeah. Bulls and the Hawks they beat in the playing tournament. So they get the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference in the Cavs. Game 1, Cavs 12.5 point favorites. Over under sits at 214.5. The one play that I probably will make on this game is Cavs team total over 113.5. I know the Heat are gonna try to slow the Cavs down, but you could try to do whatever you want, and I don't think it's gonna work with this Cleveland team. I think this is another team that's gonna be on a mission. So haven't played it yet, but more than likely I will be getting to Cavs team total on over 113.5. Stacks, you got anything on this one, bro?
I don't, but like shortly before the show, I was pretty much done with baseball capping. I got my bets in, and I was starting to look at series. And at first, I was going to play the sweep. Then I was like, no, that's Spo. Spo ain't about to get swept. So, and I got to look at the odds. I didn't go look into it. It's just a matter of, am I going to lay one game? Depending on the odds, I'm probably going to lay two. I bet to lay 2 games. But I just feel like the Heat get maybe one. If I could bet between the Heat, I wish I could find a book to say the Heat and the Magic together don't win 3 games. Like, I wish I could find a book to put that together. Like, Orlando not going to win more than 1, and the Heat not going to win more than 1. If I could just say them 2 together not going to win 3 all together, like, it'd probably be a mortgage payment. And I don't even have a mortgage.
Facts. GLP, you got anything on this one, bro?
Evan Mobley, double-double, minus 120 at FanDuel, minus 155 at DraftKings. So, gonna have to shop around, but I like double-double for Mobley, or whatever the first plus money alt is for his rebounds. But I think he's gonna score too, so double-double, minus 120 is a good price.
Yeah, I could see that too against this. Well, you know, the Heat front line is all right. You know, they got Adebayo down there, Khalil Ware. But I just think this Cavaliers team is just on a, you know, it's like Dush says, it's levels to this, and Miami just ain't there. And so I could definitely see, you know, Jared Allen and Evan Mobley just eating down there for real. So
the last 2 times Mobley faced the Heat this season, he had 13 and 15 rebounds. Obviously, different times, but
I don't know. I think I was talking to Doms about it. I don't think it was GLB. Sometime before this playoffs is over, I'm going to a Cavs playoff game. 100%. That's my word. And I can't wait because I passed up season tickets pretty much for free on the Cavaliers last year. My sister-in-law gets them. She married my brother. And it's shit crazy because I bashed the Cavs last year. I was like, Donovan leaving, all this yada, yada, yada. Who the hell wants Cavalier tickets? I'm like, I'm not driving 4 hours to go see the Cavs. Nah, I'm driving 4 hours to go see the Cavs. And it's not even 4 hours. It's only like 2.5.
Yeah,
I think Cincinnati's like 4.
Yeah, Cincy's 4. No, I'm with you on that one, man. Cavs are definitely. I mean, my wife is a lifetime fan. That's why I got the championship newspaper behind me. So, yeah, Cavs are definitely the wave. I could see this also being a blowout, but I'm definitely going to be on Cavs team total over 113.5 for that one. Let's move to the next one. I don't really have much on this one either. This will probably be something I'll watch and maybe bet later on in the series. Warriors and Rockets. I mean, this thing is really a toss-up. This is going to be a great series. GLB, you got anything on this one, bro?
I haven't played it yet, but I might take Brandon Pod's assists over, I think it was 4.5. 3.5 is available. I said I haven't done it yet, but I think I like Pods for assists today. Maybe even points. But if I'm picking one, I think I'm going to go with assists.
Okay. Stacks, you got anything on this one, bro?
I don't, but I'm going to. My first bet is going to be on the under in this game. I got to see if I missed the number or not. I see you got it at 13.
Yeah.
And a half. I might. I still like the under. I'm going to be on the under. That's the only thing I moved in. I watched this Instagram last night, and some chick was talking about it. And at first, I was just in pain and just surfing shit. And she broke this shit down, and she was talking about Rockets win game 1, Warriors win the series. And I was half asleep. I was just listening to it. But when I heard it, I was like, huh. Either something like that or like the Warriors own these boys. But I feel like game 1, this is the time for the Rockets to come out, and even though they're the favorite, but when you look at -1, I think the Rockets come out and throw the first punch, and Warriors are gonna win the series, but I think the Rockets are gonna throw first punch. But I'm gonna be on the under. If not the under, if I missed the line that I wanted, then I'll probably go Warriors team total under.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
they're gonna win the series.
I see this being a Warrior series, to be honest with you, man. Like, I do think they are capable of winning this series. I couldn't see them doing it. Well, maybe they could do it in 7, but I could see the Warriors in 6 with this one, man. So this is going to be, like I said, like the Lakers and the Wolves, this is going to be one where I just kind of sit and watch. It's crazy because these are both 2-7 matchups. You would typically expect the 4 or 5 to be a little bit more even, but these 2-7s are pretty intriguing, to say the least. So looking forward, man, to some good basketball today. Let's move over to some best bets, and I think, and I'm gonna give out a best bet for today's games.
We could always post our best bets for tomorrow. I said we should do our best bets should be for today's, and then for tomorrow's games on Easter, we can just post them.
Yeah, post them on. Yeah, so be on the lookout, man, for the YouTube posts. We trying to get a little better about posting there every day. So anything for tomorrow, just be on the lookout for a YouTube post. But I think today, I've actually got 2 best bets. I'm gonna go with my Pacers -5, and I'm gonna take the over in that game, 224.5. Let's go.
Jalen Duren double for me.
Jalen Duren double.
Yep.
What you got, Stat?
Best bet, Giannis 35 plus points, plus 128. That's my best bet. And I got a bonus bet for y'all. It's not plus money, but it's a bet that I love. We're gonna go to the baseball world, and those of y'all who following baseball, this shit, feel like your own risk. It's up and down right now. But I did win my last 2 with the Cubs and the Blue Jays. But give me Trey Turner. Trey Turner plays for the Phillies over 1.5 bases. I got it at -104. He went hitless last. I'll make it short. He went. Hold up, I broke it down. A lot of people like breakdowns. He went hitless last game. He hasn't gone hitless back-to-back games since the first 2 games of the season. Now, a hit ain't over bases, but you got thread the needle. Trey Turner over 1.5 bases -104. Bonus bet.
Cool. Well, we got all this in a little over an hour. So check out our Twitter account. Mine is Dropping Dimes. Stacks. What is your Twitter handle?
That's a really damn good question. I want to say it's Jay McKelvey. And there's some numbers. I honestly don't know. 1387 maybe.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to get our Twitter handles on here. I'll figure out how to do that. And
Yeah,
we
it's
still
like
gotta get
I'm horrible with Twitter. Like I post my plays and then I surf, and anybody who I follow, I just repost their shit and like it. I don't even look at the comments. Last time I looked in the comments, I got into a little back and forth with somebody about my picks. And my thing is, you felt the need to tell me about my picks, so why don't you just fade my picks? I don't understand. Like, when I post a play, just bet against it every single day. That's all you do. When you see my play, just bet against it. But you calling me out my name, but by the pick that you tell that lost like that, I don't have the energy to. I didn't even respond, but it irritated me. Just fade them, because there's people I watch their videos. I'm not gonna put them out there. There's videos that I watch just to fade, but I don't tell them that I'm watching their video to fade them. Just fade me. That's all. I don't care.
Yep. I'm gonna try to get these Twitter handles on here. GLB, I know we were pressuring you the last time to try to.
Yeah, I just don't.
Yo,
like
I
Twitter.
messaged it. Remember we talked about that the last show? I messaged him about it the very next day. He ignored me.
No, it's on
He
Twitter.
still has not responded to that text.
No, I think it's just got a little burnt out from like Discord too. You know what I mean? Always posting. At the end of the day, only
I'm
goal
not
is
on.
to make money for
And
ourselves.
it's crazy. The only Discord I'm on is Ski, and I'm on it, but I'm not on it. I haven't posted in probably over a month.
Once baseball gets more into it, then I might post more. But it's just some of these plays, I'm just not.
Baseball's amazing. You gotta love baseball. I can't wait till basketball's done and we on here doing baseball shows. But I can't wait.
Yeah, money to be made. A lot of stress. Money to be made.
Yeah, just know that there's 6 months of this.
Mm-hmm.
We can't get flustered about the first month not going our way.
Yeah.
Well, all right, people, man. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Let's get the algorithm up. Hopefully we can try and get back with you guys here maybe Monday or Tuesday, go over a few of the games. Not sure what the schedule's looking like as far as during the week as far as the playoff schedule, but
I might be dating my age. Does TNT still do 40 on 40?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm
about to say, because if they're doing 40 on 40, we're going to have a show every day, or at least talk about the next day. That's how long it's been for me.
Yeah. I think they stopped doing that, especially since they're about to lose their TV rights. So, anyhow, fellas, we thank y'all, and as always, man, we'll leave you with the words of the late great John Witherspoon. Peace out, y'all.
If you broke, try to have a nice day. If you're fat, try to have a nice day. If you're skinny, try to have a nice day. If you got a big head, try to have a nice day. If your mama's ugly, try to have a nice day. If your daddy whoop your ass, try to have a nice day. If a dog bites you in the ass, bite him back and try to have a nice day. Try to have a nice day. See, that's my theme. Try to have a nice day. I'm about to leave right now and go try to have me a nice day. All right. Try to have a nice day.